Hey, what's up guys? It's Lord Civic, and today's video we're going to be talking about my new monitor, the Samsung G9 Neo Odyssey. This is just going to be an early impressions video. I've had the monitor for about 2 weeks now, and I'm just going to let you guys know what I think so far. Throughout the video, I'm going to be having some gameplay showcase, but this is more so just talking about my impressions. Over the next couple of weeks, I will have some gameplay videos showcased on the display with sound and everything, and then later down the line, at some point, I will do my official review after I've had the display for no longer. Now, saying that, if you guys like what you see, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, and when saying that, let's hop right in. So, like a lot of you guys, I have had my eye on this monitor for a while. Really, what was stopping me from getting it when it initially came out was first the exorbitant price. I heard quality control was all over the place, from awful software when it originally came out, HDR not working, scan lines, the quality control, pixels, just a whole bunch of issues with the display. And I've been watching it steadily. Shout out to Ultrawide Master Race. I've been watching it steadily on there over the past couple of months as it gets better software support, less issues with dead pixels, damaged screens, whatever. And after seeing there was a sale on Black Friday, which was $500 off on a lot of websites, and then even on Samsung Direct, if you had a student discount, which I was eligible for, you can get it for $1,600. I ended up getting it off of Amazon because the $500 off initial, then also I have an Amazon credit card, so I got like 200, 300 reward points. Reason I didn't order through Samsung is because I've heard they've had, not had, but I heard with them the customer support can be kind of iffy, and so that if you need to return it, whether it's damaged or even if you want to return it because you just don't like it, they'll kind of put up a fit, which I don't want to go through. I've never had any issues with Amazon, so that's why I ended up going through there. And also, additionally, I was super lucky. I did not, after updating to the current firmware. I don't know if it's on the current firmware. It's either, I don't know the specific numbers. It's 1007 and 1008. I think I'm on 1007 or 1008. I can't remember. I'll check after the video, and then I'll make sure to put that in the description below. But I've had no issues with it. First of all, my display came with no dead pixels. Scan lines are like almost, to me it seems non-existent. I don't know if that's because I just won the panel lottery, or if the current firmware has just gotten rid of like all of those issues. Even in games like Red Dead Redemption 2, with the way that the game is displayed, I remember on my X35 Predator, sometimes looking up the sky, I would see these like weird scan lines on my X35. Do not see it here at all. Obviously, if I look like super closely, I could see it, but like normal gameplay view, it's like almost non-existent. Now, with saying that, when I first got this display, I was like, the first night I got it, first of all, I tried to do an unboxing video for you guys. Unboxing this thing is not that tricky. Honestly, I'd recommend having two people, but it's not that tricky. Now, trying to unbox this thing on camera and trying to get all the specific angles where you guys could see and stuff like that was so frustrating. It ended up being so bad, like the audio levels were messed up, everything was so bad that I just had to toss the video, and I was just frustrated at that point. So then I was like, oh, let me just play like an hour or two before I go to bed. And I don't know if it was because of my frustration for trying to unbox it on camera, but I was just like, this monitor's too big. It is visual overload. I can't tell what the hell is going on. Like, it's just too much. It's just visual overload. Like, it's literally like too much. And, I was like, set on that in my mind. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to return this thing. I'm glad I ordered through Amazon. This is not the monitor for me. I don't know why I didn't just stay to ultra wide, just be happy with what I got. Next day, I started to like it just a bit, and then over the next couple of days, all of those thoughts literally went out the window. This is like, I think like the third time I said it. I don't know if I said it on my X35 Predator, and I know I said it with my OLED. But this actually might be my new favorite display ever. But, and I think I even said with the OLED, there's a but too. With the OLED, I was just like, I'm not going to play like super first-person shooters, fast things on it, like Overwatch, Valorant, Halo Infinite. 120 FPS is just not enough for me. So that's why I have this monitor, which I still need to review too, the Acer Predator. I forgot the specific model number, but this can go to 360 hertz. So this is still my exclusive first-person shooter monitor. but for this display, it puts up a fight in a lot of categories for so many reasons. First of all, I don't think there's a single better display on the entire planet for, let's say, Final Fantasy XIV, Final Fantasy 14. And that's because this display shines in games and different stuff where you're going to have a whole bunch of like UI buttons all over the screen. You want your mini map up here. You want your main quest display here. You want to be able to view your characters. There's so much visual real estate for games like that. It's absolutely nuts. When you're doing a dungeon or a raid or a main story quest, you can see absolutely everything that is going on in the thing just by like spinning the display. You also have to turn your head. This is the closest display I think I've ever gotten that kind of encapsulates, I think that's the right word, the same kind of feeling you get from VR. Obviously, it's not the absolute same. If you turn around and make a complete 180, you're not going to see the display anymore. And with VR, with your headset, yeah, you're going to be turning around. But this gives up a good fight to the whole, like, in your 180 point of view. Like, wherever you look, you're just going to see game. And that's the thing that really makes this display so awesome and so immersive. Like, you're obviously not going to get the exact same picture quality of OLED. This isn't a 4K display. But with it being, I think, 5160 by 1440p, it still looks pretty darn good. I'm not even going to lie. Also, this is probably going to be like a controversial opinion. And honestly, I really guess it depends on the type of person you're asking or whatever. But for me personally, and you guys know how much I love OLED, I'll just say this, I know it's controversial, I think this is the absolute best HDR I've ever seen on any display. I will say I wouldn't want to watch a movie on it, obviously, because the picture perfect blacks on the OLED is unmatched. But with this thing being able to get up to 2000 nits, it's so freaking bright. Colors have never, ever looked as vibrant and colorful as they have on any display. I know Samsung has a whole bunch of TVs and stuff like that, and I've seen them in the stores, but it's a different feeling when you're able to take it home and experience your own games and play them. And also, you guys see here I have Windows 11 on my computer. Auto HDR is freaking sick. Even in Final Fantasy 14, this is a game that doesn't have HDR on it, it looks really freaking good. And I'm about to make another point here too, but like even games like Destiny 2, Red Dead Redemption, Metroid Exodus has HDR. What's another game with HDR? Well, anyway, I've tried a couple different games. I'm kind of blanking right now. But this game, this display does a fantastic job with HDR and even auto HDR. It's so colorful, so vibrant, so beautiful. And you might be saying, like, okay, but with auto HDR, all colors aren't going to be accurate all the time. And honestly, I was really, like, you guys know, I calibrated both my OLED displays. So I'm a person that likes super color accurate stuff. But after getting this Switch OLED, which doesn't have HDR and literally uses this color grading that kind of like oversaturates colors and makes it even more vibrant and beautiful, I've kind of gotten used to that. Like, yes, I can appreciate color accurate gaming, but if it's not too over the top, the colors that pop, even with auto HDR, look absolutely good. Honestly, I feel like I'm going sidetrack and talking more about auto HDR instead of the monitor. But all I'm saying is this monitor does a really freaking good job with auto HDR. Now, the last point I want to make is that if you're thinking about getting this monitor, I have had ultra-wide displays for, 2016, 2017, so I make it about like 4 or 5 years, maybe 6. I've gotten used to a lot of the issues that comes with having an ultra-wide display, which is when you're playing cinematic games, you're going to be getting black bars. There is very few games that, even though the cutscenes are in real time, they'll have the whole display on visual things. Obviously, there's mods and different stuff you can use. I haven't played it yet because I'm waiting for the co-op to come out, but I believe Halo Infinite has entirely even super ultra-wide and ultra-wide cutscenes. So that's going to be an issue that you're going to have to get used to, whether you're getting with ultra-wide or super ultra-wide. And I feel like the people that are going to have the biggest issues with that are people that are coming from 16:9, because it kind of really does take you out of the immersion of it, like especially being able to have like this entire viewership and then out of nowhere skips to a cutscene, especially with a lot of newer games these days. The cutscenes and the gameplay will almost kind of like blend. It really takes you out of it. It's something you got to get used to. But I've had it for like the past 5-6 years, so I've kind of got used to it. I'm still able to stay immersed or whatever. Another thing is, and the last point I want to make is, whether you are coming from ultra wide or 16:9, you are not going to be ready for what is a 49-inch display curved ultra wide. 48, yeah, I think it's 48 inches. Yeah, it's one thing when it's a normal 16:9 display. Even that, I was talking about how big that is. I can't wait till the smaller OLEDs come out. It's gonna be pretty cool too. But with saying that, 49 inches curved ultra wide is gigantic. And as I was saying earlier in the video, I wanted to return it the first night I got it. It is so freaking huge. And like, I don't think people realize how big the display is. Like the pictures, this video, it's not going to like encapsulate or give a very good visual of how big this display is. It is literally something you have to see in person to understand how gigantic it is. So like, that's the last point I want to drill into you. Before you get this monitor, you can look at the pictures, you can watch the videos, you can know the exact measurements of it, but until you see it with your own eyes, it's just ridiculous. Now, with saying that, I absolutely love this monitor. I'm super excited to do the video game showcase videos I'm going to do for you guys. Make sure to comment below what you guys want to see me cover officially in the video, in my review video. I'll try to cover absolutely everything I can. But with saying that, thank you guys again so much for watching. I really appreciate all you guys. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit the like, subscribe button. And saying that, I hope you guys have a good day.